Okay, fourth reading from Shlach, chapter 14, verse 26. The Lord spoke to Moses and Aaron, saying, how much longer will this evil congregation who are causing to complain against me exist? The complaints of the children of Israel, which they caused them to complain against me, I have heard. Say to them, as I live, says the Lord, if not, as you have spoken in my ears, so I will do to you. In this desert, your corpses shall fall, your entire number, all those from the age of 20 and up, who were counted because you complained against me. You shall not come into the land concerning which I raised my hand, that you would settle it, except for Caleb the son of Jephunneh and Yeshua the son of Nun. As for your infants, of whom you said that they will be as spoils, I will bring them there, and they will come to know the land which you despise. But as for you, your corpses shall fall in the desert. Your children shall wander in the desert for 40 years and bear your defecation until the last of your corpses has fallen in the desert. According to the number of days which you toured the land, 40 days, a day for each year, you will thus bear your iniquities for 40 years. Thus you will come to know my alienation. I, the Lord, have spoken. If I will not do this to the entire evil congregation who have assembled against me in this desert, they will end, and there they will die. As for the men whom Moses had sent to scout the land, who returned and caused the entire congregation to complain against him by spreading a slanderous report about the land, the men who spread an evil report about the land died in the plague before the Lord. So 10 people died right then and there, and the rest of the congregation, 20 to 6-year-olds, were going to die. But anybody under the age of 20 was going to make it into the Eretz Yisrael. And then there's 2 additional people, which would be Yeshua ben Nun and Caleb. Verse 38, but Yeshua the son of Nun and Caleb the son of Jephunneh remained alive of the men who went to tour the land. Moses related all these words to the children of Israel, and the people mourned greatly. They arose early in the morning and ascended to the mountaintop, saying, we are ready to go up to the place of which the Lord spoke, for we have sinned. Moses said, why do you transgress the word of the Lord? It will not succeed. Do not go up. The Lord is not among you, so that you will not be beaten by your enemies. From the Amalekites and the Canaanites that are before you, and they will are there before you, and you will fall by the sword. If you have turned away from the Lord, and the Lord will not be with you. They defiantly ascended to the mountaintop, but the ark of the covenant and the covenant of the Lord, and Moses did not move from the camp. And the Amalekites and the Canaanites who lived on the mountain came down and smote them and crushed them, pursuing them until Harmah. So how many people tried this? How many people tried this rebellion? And what mountain are they talking about? They're talking about Har Sinai, or are they talking about a different mountain? Okay, Numbers chapter 15, verse 1. The Lord spoke to Moses, saying, so here we don't have him speak to Moses to Aaron, here we're back to him just speaking to Moses. Speak to the children of Israel and say to them, when you arrive in the land of your dwelling place, which I am giving to you, so you're going to get there. Most of you won't, but the ones that will, I'm going to give it to you. And I will make a firing offering to the Lord. You will make a firing offering to the Lord, a burnt offering for a sacrifice, for an express vow or for a voluntary offering, or on your festivals to provide a pleasing fragrance to the Lord, from the cattle or from the sheep. The one who brings his offering to the Lord shall present a meal offering containing 1/10 fine flour mixed with a 1/4 hin of oil, and a 1/4 hin of wine for a libation. You shall prepare with a burnt offering, or for the sacrifice for each lamb. Or for a ram, you shall present a meal offering containing 2/10 fine flour mixed with 1/3 of a hin of oil, and 1/3 of a hin of wine for a libation. You shall offer up a pleasing fragrance to the Lord. That ends the fourth reading.